Chris and Sean. We're back with episode 71 of Talking to the Medias. Hey, man, what's up, Sean? It's been a while. Where the hell have you been?
Yeah, it's been a little while, man. Sorry, guys. Busy, bitches.
You sound like casual about it. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a while. Hey,
gotta make that money. Gotta make that money. Be able to pay for these lights and these cameras to stay on.
Right.
That's an excuse.
Like this face doesn't make itself, baby. All right. Well, guys, we're going to talk about a couple things here. So a couple topics I want to throw off, and I also have we got your mail at the end of this, so I'll read that out to you, Sean, and see if we can comment to this person's little comment to our YouTube channel. Appreciate all the comments out there. Hey, man, we're at 1909 subscribers. We're about to hit that 2,000 real soon, man. About tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Let's you know what, man? This is what I want to talk about. This is a topic I came up with. I don't know, was it you I spoke to on the phone, or did I come up with this conspiracy theory with Joe? Here's my theory. Netflix. I believe Netflix is, if not partially, at least 50% of the reason that the current generation, all of us pretty much, is in this whole instant gratification. I need it now. The video, the movies have to be downloaded, the streamings, the Instagrams, the Facebook message. I need my don't call me, text me mentality. I think ever since here's my theory. Here we go. Let's see if let's throw this up the flagpole and see if anybody salutes. I believe ever since Netflix revolutionized the whole going out to Blockbuster thing and killed that, and then they perfected the whole with the DVDs coming home, and then they perfected the streaming thing. I think everybody's light switch in their head went off. It's like, but going out to the store, I need my food delivered to my house. I need it now. I'm not gonna get up out and go get it. I want it brought to me. My video games. I want my Uber, all that shit. Instagram, all of it. I think Netflix was the one that started it all or perfected. I know Amazon was out there. I know all these other online things were out there, but ever since Netflix perfected it, I think that's when we lost our minds. And that's just my theory. What do you think?
I think that there is enough subscribers in that. I would say that arguably Netflix is the biggest media company in the world right now, maybe. Dare I say. Well, but I mean, like, as far as making movie, TV show, and subscribers where they have to pay for a service.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I know what you mean, like on the movie side.
Yeah, I would say as far as movies and TV shows, by far, Netflix is the biggest. And with that, I think that enough people watch consistently that, yeah, I do think that, like me, I love movies. I watch the hell out of some movies. But honestly, I don't go to the movies nearly as much as I used to. Now, like me and Chris, obviously, when it's the big movies and we can do screenings, we do. Like, we're going to go see Avengers day one, or as soon as we possibly can. We're going to see it on the big screen. Some movies you just can't watch them like this, so it's just not right to watch it at the home. And I do hope that they don't go away. But Chris has got it, and I need to get it. Is the moviepass?
Oh, dude! Well, breaking news. I mean, John Campea. Everybody knows I'm a subscriber to John Campea. He broke this. He was the one that broke the story to me. He had a. If you go to the moviepass app right now, they have this new promotion with iHeartRadio. The whole 30 movies in 1 month thing for $10 a month. That's gone now.
No.
They're doing a promotion right now with iHeartRadio. I don't know what the deal is. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but something with iHeartRadio, like who's listening to iHeartRadio, right? But they're offering like up to 4 movies now, and then some package deal with iHeartRadio. So people who haven't signed up now are like they're on their app and they're like, "What's up with where's the $10 a month and all the movies that I want to watch?"
Were you grandfathered into it? Because I know you had it.
Where's that? Well, I'm getting there. And on Twitter, all MoviePass is responding with this. Like, as of right now, we're doing this new promotion with iHeartRadio, and when that's over, like right now, we're not doing the $10 a month. You get 30. You can watch up to 30 movies in a month if you want to, 1 movie a day thing. Right now, we're not doing that package right now anymore. But once we're finished with this iHeartRadio MoviePass thing, then we'll bring back the $10 a month package. But when they first mentioned that, and John Campea was real smart to catch this. He said, but you got to you got to really read what they say. Like, look at exactly what it said. it said that the $10 a month deal would return. It didn't specifically say that the $10 a month to watch up to $30 of 30 movies in 1 month, a movie every day thing would return. They just said the $10 thing would return. So the question now is, will they bring back the $10 a month thing and still keep the only up to 4 movies a month thing that they got going right now?
I would.
The question that he brought up to you was, is that still worth it? I'm gonna answer right now for me. The most I've seen in 1 month so far has been 3. I've gone to the movies 3 times in a month, and I think I'm gonna watch it another. That's pretty much like once a week. $10 a month. That's still. What do you think about that? I mean, just let me get your thoughts on that.
I think most people, I hate to say it, at least nowadays. Now, if someone had asked me when we were kids, even if it was just from like a kid's perspective, people used to go to the movies a lot more. I mean, a lot more, just because we didn't have Netflix. Now, I don't know. Most people, it's not going to be worth it.
And that was his point. He said the main reason why he says MoviePass has been doing some funny, crazy things, cheating things for a while that under the scenes, and now the movie producers are complaining that that the service is cutting into their bottom line. So he says that these two big, the movie people and the MoviePass people are going to be more concerned about their piece of the pie. This is how he put it. He said people are more concerned about their piece of the pie, and when they should be worrying about the fact that the pie itself is disappearing. So people are worrying about getting more money for their bonuses, but they should be worrying about the fact that less people are going to the movies. And they should be trying to sacrifice their fucking bonuses to make going to the movies a better experience now. Because if more people start going to the movies, even if you're getting a small piece of the pie, but if more people are going to the movies, that pie would still technically get bigger. He got a whole pie reference thing going on for like 30 minutes. But
maybe, and this is not necessarily initially beneficial to the people who own the cinemas, the actual buildings. Maybe the way it's structured needs to be changed. Maybe it does need to be a subscription thing, because they could just be responsible for selling, because people always buy popcorn and Cokes and crap and candy. They're going to buy that. They like, I usually spend more money when I do go on refreshments and junk food than I do on the actual tickets. Maybe it does. We just need to maybe
get a discount. You mean at the concession stand? Or
yeah, I mean, like, I think that because people don't go as many often to the building itself to go to the movies, they really should just turn it into a subscription thing. It'll get more butts in the seats. I mean, honestly, now they may need to change the price so that they can still make enough ends meet, and maybe the owners of the companies need to be shifted. Like, maybe the people who own these big apps and stuff need to be the ones who own the buildings, so that it's profitable for them, and cheap on the operator's end, and then cheap for the consumer end, and then we make fireworks go off.
They should probably come up with some kind of like gold pass or platinum membership thing where
a VIP pass, yeah.
If you're willing to pay like $250 for a year, because if you break it down, like $10 a month is like $120 a year, right? Maybe if you're willing to pay double that or triple that, maybe if you're willing to pay like $350 for a platinum membership, you can go to the movies 30 times a day theoretically if you want, and then you can always get free drink, popcorn, and soda.
I'll tell you what, if they said if you pay $50 a month, you can watch as many movies every day as you want. I would go to the movie.
And get a free popcorn.
And 1 bag of popcorn a day.
1 popcorn, 1 small soda, and
I would go. No, I wouldn't be able to go every. But if there was a theater closer to me and they offered me $50 a month for unlimited viewing, like when my dad was a kid, he told me stories about how you could pay a nickel and go see as many. And it wasn't just that movie. You would pay for 1 movie, and then you go to the theater right next door and watch that movie, and then all day, like 25 cents or a nickel, you watch all the movies you want. I mean, this is back in the 50s.
But nowadays, making these movies is getting more expensive.
Yeah.
And that's why they're trying to raise the price of ticket sales, because technically the movie company doesn't really make that much money off the ticket sales because they're giving a big chunk of that back to the studio. So they make their money mostly from concession. That's why cotton candy or M&M's cost
your
$10.
$12 hot dog.
Exactly, a $12 hot dog that you either gotta get a hot dog or pay your mortgage, and it's like it's ridiculous. So
it better be a fucking Kobe beef hot dog. Is all I'm saying.
Exactly. So it's like the movie theaters are thinking, well, we can't take less on the ticket sales to help them out on the concession stuff because it costs so much money to make these movies. But then you got movies like Deadpool, where they made almost $1 billion, and the budget was only 40 mil.
I got an idea.
I'm sure those tickets could have cost $5 a piece.
I got an idea. And this is pretty much only possible with this one company to make it because they have so much money. Let Netflix put up buildings, auditoriums, one or two of them in each big city, to where if you pay a VIP platinum membership, you can go see those movies on a big screen with your membership, and watch them at your house too if you have your membership too. Like a Netflix building. But they would also screen, as long as you're a VIP account, they would screen new movies, and you could go watch those. Because
new movies from other studios.
Whoever,
you mean like Avengers and
like literally Netflix owns the building because they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
I think that's what movie companies were doing back in the day, and that's why they broke that up, because there was a monopoly. What would happen was, because if I remember the history correctly, Warner Brothers and Sony, whatever the companies were back in the day, like let's say Warner Brothers, they were the main ones still back then. They would own movie theaters. What they would do then would like you got the big movie coming out, and Warner from the big Warner Brothers movie is about to come out, and you got the competitors movie company right across the street. What Warner Brothers would do is where they would used to give a Warner Brothers movie to everybody, they then would only give the big movie that everybody's gonna want to see to their own the studios that they only own, which the government called a monopoly, which they had to break that up. So that sounds like that's kind of what that would probably be a conflict right there if Netflix did that, because that's what the problem with the movie industry was back in the 50s, if I remember correctly, that's what they were doing back in the day.
I do think that the subscription is the way to go. They just need to figure out the logistics in it. Come up with a price.
Honestly, moviepass isn't making money off of this, if you think about it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They have to come up with something. And I don't, like most people, and I don't know if it's just me, but most people I talk to about this have never heard of this. They're like, what? They have no idea it exists.
Here's John Campion's theory. He thinks that their master plan was to get so many people subscribed, even though they're technically losing money, because if the average person goes to like 4 or 5 movies a month and they're only paying $10, the movie companies are losing money off of that. I mean, even though technically sometimes those screenings, it's like in the middle of the day, and those movie theaters are empty anyway. But still, they could have been getting an extra $10 out of that ticket, right? So he
guaranteed subscription.
But his theory was that they were going to get a large enough subscriber base and then force the movie theaters to raise the price, to help them raise the price and whatnot, because hey, we got all the movie pass people, and you want these billions of people coming to the movie, so raise the price. But I don't think that's working, or it's not happening fast enough, because on average a movie pass person could probably see like 3 or 4 or 5 movies in a month, and they only paid $10. And they're not buying, and I don't know about you, but I'm not buying food when I go to a movie pass screening. I just go in there and watch.
Yeah, I always do. I'm a hog, man.
When I go to the movies, me, I buy my food. But
Chris over there chewing down on nachos.
But ever since I got the movie pass, I've been all about trying to save
He's trying to get the value out of it.
I try to get the value out of this.
He takes a beeline right to the auditorium. No.
I eat a big meal, then I go straight to the movie and just use the movie pass and just get out. I try to save it. I try to keep it going.
Man, I have a hard time. I love you, Coca-Cola. I have a hard time not having a drink sitting in the little cup holder next to me while I'm watching the movie.
If it was just a drink, they would still be taking a bath on
$6.
That's it. That's it. They only technically made $6 out of you because you already paid your $10. You might be going there to see Black Panther for the 10th time. You only paid $6. they're still losing money. So okay, to answer your question from before, yes, everybody who was grandfathered in, me, I'm still under my 30. I can watch 30 movies in a month if I want to now. Since you haven't gotten the movie pass yet, if you go on the app right now, not there. It's a different thing now. I think it's like like I don't know if you have the app like queued up, but you can try to look it up later if you want. I don't think the $10 a month for unlimited movies, that's gone.
You know, my problem was, is guys, I live in Galveston. We have a horrible movie theater here. It's horrible.
But you're not just limited to Galveston.
I know, but that means I got to drive like 40 minutes north, sometimes an hour, to get to the theater. And for me, my ass is sitting in the house. I'll pay extra, especially nowadays, guys. And I hate to say this because I love going to the theater, but now with your Microsoft account or your Amazon account or your Netflix account, like Chris, you remember how it was back in the 80s and the 90s. If it was a big movie, it took like a year for it to get back on VHS tape.
Yeah.
Or what do they call it? What was it in between pay-per-view? You get it on pay-per-view with that damn. You had to have a box.
It was a 2-month pay-per-view block.
Yeah.
They had it. They had the industry on lockdown because there was no instant, gratification. Like, and it all comes full circle back to what we were talking about with Netflix. We gotten spoiled with the whole digital age, and it's killing the movie industry business. So they've got to. Again, I love it. I mean, we're gonna go see Avengers in IMAX. That's a $20 ticket.
I don't even care.
I don't usually do the IMAX or the 3D all that much, but for event films like this, I gotta see it.
Oh yeah.
With that definition.
We got to see it on that big 4K, or I don't even know what the K. Lots of Ks. I don't know what the hell it is at IMAX.
It's got more Ks than
more Ks than a box of Frosted Flakes. Come on, man. I'm telling you, man.
I went the racist way. Well, I got more Ks.
Got more Ks in a clan.
Don't be racist. But I can't wait to see that movie though. So it all comes full circle. But your theory about Netflix, I don't think they're gonna do it.
I don't think so either. It would be cool.
Their platform is so perfect in this. I mean, billions of subscribers.
They're huge.
Billions of dollars right now. They're on a social media level of subscriber level, and we're all paying that $7.99 or $10.99.
I pay more than that. I pay the premium so that I can watch 4K. And you should be too.
You're paying for. You can watch up to what, on 4 screens if you want to.
I think 4 or 6 people, like my family members, are on my account.
Yeah,
which is legal. And I have 4K. I can stream in 4K. And guys, both me and Chris have a 4K screen.
It doesn't make sense for me anymore. The only time I need more than 1 screen is when with my kids, maybe they're watching something in the room and I'm watching something on Netflix here. And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I don't need to do that then when they're not here, I'm just here by myself.
Don't you have like a 65-inch TV though, like a 4K 65?
No, I mean that's not a big deal to me. That's what I mean. It's still gonna.
Well, that may be the way Chris feels, but for a lot of people who went out and spent that money to get that because that's guys. If you have a 4K TV, if it's large, that's where you're going to see the difference.
If you have a household where you got like especially if you had a household where if you had kids like teenage kids or something like that in the house, and like they all want to watch a movie in their room by themselves.
Oh yeah, you need all them.
That makes sense. You get that package. But me, a single dude in the house by myself, the majority of the week, I only got 1 TV. It's only me. I'm not giving anybody else my password. So I brought it back down from the 3 up to, I think I did up to 3 screens or 2 screens, and I brought it back down to 1 screen to save the $3. But I figure, I'm not using it in the future. Yeah, I'll probably go back up to the 4K, or I'll get Joy to do it and then just get her password. That's how I'm gonna do it. But what do you guys think, man? What do you think about? Do you think Netflix has spoiled us and it's hurting the movie industry, and the instant streaming thing is gonna kill the movie going experience? I hope not. I hope not. So, what do you say? Just put it in the box. Always send us your comments. Always send us your questions, because we'll definitely be talking about it. Because we got one today on we got your mail. So, all right, let's move on to the real topic. We did a whole thing on that one, so let's go on to the fun stuff. Let's go to it. We haven't done a rundown in a while. We haven't done the top 5. The top 5. Give me the gas. Give me the gas. What we top 5 in today? What we're doing a rundown on today?
You tell me. I will observe and report.
Well, if you read the memo like I did, this is we're gonna do a rundown on what the top 5. What do we call it? The top 5 best movie gangs.
Oh yes. The top five movie gangs.
Top 5 movie gangs of all time. Well, I mean, and we're not gonna do it, or we're not gonna rate them. This way, we're not gonna rate them on who's the best. Like, we're just gonna go by one in no particular order, and we got a couple categories. We're gonna judge them on brutality, the power or their strength in the film, the power that they wielded, or the strength that they overall had. Their lines, those famous one-liners that you just can't forget. And what else?
Level of success.
The level of success and overall memorability. So we're gonna judge them on all things, and we're gonna run them down. Which one you want to start with, Sean?
Let's see here. So we had 5 here. Sorry guys, I'm pulling up my Cliff Notes here. My short-term memory, smoking all that crack, it's kind of going away. All right, let's see here. Well, I'd say either. What's that?
Also, it's up to you which one you want to start with. We have we have the Crow Gang, we have the Lost Boys, we have the Boddicker Boys from RoboCop.
I'd say either the Top Dollar Gang or the Boddicker Boys.
Let's start with the Boddicker Boys from RoboCop. Was that 1988?
1987.
Oh, wow.
1987, summer of '87.
Summer of '87. I was 7 years old and about to watch a rated X movie.
I would say that this is probably. Right? Oh man, this is probably in my top 5, maybe top 3 movies of all time. I love this movie. This movie was one of the most, if not the most memorable movies from my childhood. Seeing the first time I saw RoboCop.
Well, all right, guys, you see them on the screen here. We got the Boddicker Boys. All right, let's run through these names. We got the leader,
Clarence.
We also got Bobby. Which one was Bobby?
Bobby was the guy who got thrown from the vehicle right after, because the movie started, the cops chasing the van, and Clarence gets pissed off because they're opening all the money bins, and he's like, "You burned the fucking money! You burned the fucking money!" He's like, "I have to blow the safe. What do you want me to do?" And there's a cop.
The cops, right? They needed to slow the cops down or something like that.
He's like, "Slow down." And Emil's like, "What?" And he's like, "Just fucking do it." And he's like, "Can you fly, Bobby?"
Bobby. I shoot some intensive out there.
Bobby's ass out the fucking door.
That set the tone for that whole movie. You knew that you weren't gonna mess with Clarence.
No, Clarence is fucking. And if you watch the behind the scenes, they said that Paul Verhoeven made Clarence like an American Nazi. Like, he was vicious, but he looked all smart with his little rimmed glasses and shit. But he was completely vicious.
Yeah, you can tell he was great. You got Neon with Neon Nash.
Yes.
You had Emil M. and Antonovsky.
Emil had some of the best lines.
Steve Min.
He had a really great line.
Sean got a kick out of this one. Yeah, Joe P. Cox. And Dougie.
Dougie, guys. For those of you who love RoboCop, Dougie was one of he wasn't really in the movie. He was basically the guy who got shot on the couch when Murphy came into the factory right before he gets killed, and he has a little conversation with Emil saying, I don't know why we bother stealing money to buy cocaine when we can just steal the money, and then he gets blasted. He's in there like 5 seconds.
I don't know why we're wasting time making money. We can just steal money.
We can just steal it.
Exactly. That's a good line, though. But overall, RoboCop. All right, so let's judge them on the. Let's judge my base. I guess from a scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 5. I guess for brutality. How brutal would you say that these guys were overall? Give me some examples of that brutality.
I would say that this was definitely at the time, and I would say probably the most brutal gang I've ever seen in a movie before.
They were ranking like a 5-star.
They set the bar. Those motherfuckers were crazy.
They didn't just set the bar. They are the bar.
They are the bar. Yeah, if you guys don't remember, the main character Murphy goes into the factory, and they capture him, and he starts to Clarence. Joe P. Cox, the guy he just mentioned, because Murphy has a partner, and well, you tell him what happens to his partner real quick, and then
she meets up with she bumps into one of the gang members of the black. Which one was this?
It was Joe. It was Joe P. Cox.
Joe P. Cox, and catches him while he's taking a leak. And you know, he catches her off guard. You know, he's like, you're gonna arrest him, but she's like, you know, you mind if I zip this up first? And, I love that line. He said,
you mind if I zip this up?
Zip this up first. And he tries to take a look.
She looks down. She's like, she looks down for a second.
He knocks her out. And then that laugh that he gives.
So what does he? And he says something. He says something that, guys, when you see the shit, you'll
like,
never forget.
Where's your partner, cop?
Well, guys.
No, you give the line better. What do you say?
So they got Murphy on the ground, and you hear Joe whistling in the background, and he comes down. He's like, "Well, guys, the other one was upstairs. She was sweet. I took her out.
Man, no. I guess we can skip the lines on that one. That like this movie had the best line of ad-lib. Parents, just give me my fucking phone.
Give me my fucking phone call.
Oh, there's so many lines in this movie. I work with Dick Jones. Dick Jones. You're a cop.
You're a cop. They fuck Murphy up so bad in this movie. They blow his arm off. He's like, "Hey, pretty boy," and he turns around after they shoot his hand off. Then he blows his arm off. Well, give the man a hand.
That whole thing with the gun.
Yeah.
Oh, that goes back to the brutality of it, man. They ran the city. Let's go to the power and strength. They ran all because they were working with
they were the enforcers for OCP.
And cops were afraid to touch these guys.
They never
got arrested. They got the cops.
They just bail them the fuck out.
It was they ran that whole city. So I'm like, so on lines, I would say that they had the best lines. I would give them a 5 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5 on the lines. Power and strength, maybe a 4 out of 5 out of 5. Because even though the gangs were the ones really running the city, they still worked for Dick Jones.
Well, do you remember what their job for Dick Jones was?
They were supposed to make the city so untouchable that Dick Jones could bring his RoboCop program.
That's right. That's right. So they could bring the Ed 209s in and militarize it.
It was a whole
corrupt ass fucking corporation.
Like Star Wars Palpatine level stuff. Palpatine creates the whole robot army thing just so the galaxy could bring in the stormtroopers, just so he can have control over the stormtroopers and then wipe out the robots, so he can then take over the galaxy with his new stormtrooper. It was brilliant. You create the problem, and you solve it.
And I have the solution to this problem. Yeah.
So the level of success, I would say they were pretty much successful since they technically killed Murphy.
They did succeed. They did succeed.
They succeeded on killing Murphy. They never succeeded on killing RoboCop.
That's true. But they fucked themselves.
Yeah.
Because, well, I would just say they were fucked by their own people. Because when Dick Jones fucked up with the design of the ED 209 series, and then Bob Morton brought RoboCop into the mix, that threw everything for a loop. If they had just not introduced the RoboCop series, the ED 209s would have taken over.
Murphy, they never would have had a perfect specimen for the RoboCop.
Right. He was the bonding thing that they needed.
It would have. I think if it wasn't for Murphy being killed, which technically would be, well, you're right. So that kind of takes away the points for the level of success. Their greatest accomplishment of killing that cop was the biggest.
That's a fall.
Overall memorability of it, though. What do you think? Overall,
I'd say. I mean, I'm going to dare and say the most memorable gang in cinema history for me, the Bodyguard gang.
It's submitted. It spawned 2 sequels. I think they almost had a TV series.
It did.
A cartoon series, too.
And a TV series.
RoboCop versus Terminator. RoboCop and a reboot. And it spawned a reboot. So very obviously it's very memorable because it's still relevant today. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. Let's so the next what's another movie? Let's go to Cobra Kai. Let's have some fun here. Let's go to the Cobra Kai game. I want to talk about this. What's the brutality? What do you think? How brutal were these guys? They're smoking weed. They're taking over the school. They're picking on kids. It's just high school stuff, right?
Yeah, the Cobra Kais, they were the best. They were douchebags. They were just.
Yeah. It's not like they were running the city.
No, brutal. They were
not afraid of the cops.
No, they did have a little choke limit. Like they knew they were dicks. They were like professional bullies.
Yeah, but it's not like Johnny could walk into school and drop kick the principal and get away with it.
No, he knew the line. Like he walked it very close.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this though. If it hadn't been for their sensei, I think they would have been worse. He was bad, but he also maintained the discipline. Yeah. So I think it could have been a lot worse.
I say their level. I would go if I would move down to level of so brutality and strength were pretty much that's pretty much on the same par with that group. Level of success, I would say they were like in the 90 percentile because they were dominating through the whole movie until the final tournament.
Yeah, I would agree.
Daniel, that whole fucking movie. Daniel got a couple of jabs in here and there. Mr. Miyagi had to help him. But overall, they dominated that fucking movie.
He got a lucky kick in. That's all I'm saying. Then Daniel got that, whoa! You got that lucky kick.
Exactly. And then your Jedi Master had to jump in and save you. So that to me, that doesn't count because he was way far ahead of those kids.
But then when you see the scene in the parking lot with the bad sensei and Johnny's getting slapped around and beat up, you see that. Johnny, he's not as bad as you think he is. He's a person too, but he had bad mentoring.
And I think and that led up to, and that's why I'm excited about seeing this upcoming Cobra Kai movie because he's down on his luck, probably living paycheck to paycheck. He's drinking a lot. And then he kind of uses Cobra Kai to have like a little comeback. So in my opinion, I'm still set with the theory. I think the roles are going to get reversed. I think Daniel's going to become the bully. I think, like you said, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I think that's what Daniel's going to become. I think he's going to be the dick in this series. And then I think Johnny's still going to be a dick, but I think
it's going to swap back and forth.
They're going to come back and forth. They're going to find a balance. And I think Daniel's going to eventually merge or kind of, I don't know. I'm just, you know what? I can get under that topic all day. Level of success, they dominated through the whole movie. Lines, any memorable line? Put them in a body bag.
There were a couple, but I would say they were kind of on the lower. They were more action than they were like talking. Like they didn't do it. Mercy for the weak. Like
mercy for the weak.
Put them in a body bag. Sweep the leg.
And that's pretty much
the third one. We're kind of encompassing all these. I would say the third Karate Kid. They had some good lines.
What was his name?
Mike Barnes.
He had a bunch of good lines. So I need your title.
I need your title.
No, you're not here. And then that tournament scene. That tournament scene was on part 3 was the best. I'll give you that. When you had him down, it's like, get on the Russo, get up, get your Russo. Like he in his face, telling him to finish the fight. I was so bullying shit to the next level. You stand up and you let me kick your ass. Oh wait, didn't he say that in that movie? He was like, I'm not gonna fight you. No, you don't have to fight. You stand up and kick your ass.
Yeah, he did because he got kind of pieced up by Barnes. He was afraid of Mike Barnes. That's what he was.
Yeah, he was very afraid of Mike.
He wasn't afraid of Johnny. He was afraid of Johnny, and then we got trained.
But Johnny would piss him off to the point where he couldn't take anymore. He would punch back
because he was this bully.
Barnes had him in a corner and kept him there until Mr. Miyagi went, you can lose the fight. You know, lose your step.
He did like the whole I'm gonna massage your cock and give you the eye of the tiger.
Yo, man, I'm not doing that. what was it? Okay, so success rate, we pretty much talked about that. Memorability, yeah.
It was pretty memorable. Yeah, they were.
It doesn't have that many good one-liners in there, but
No, not that many good one-liners.
it's just a lot of great scenes. So brutality, just kid shit, pretty much.
Yeah.
What's the next game we got? How
The
about
Top Dollar.
Top Dollar with the Crow.
The Crow Gang, you guys. The Top Dollar Gang.
That had to be the best lead villain to me. All the guys, I love Boddicker, but Dick Jones was the real.
He was the puppet.
Top Dollar was a better villain than Dick Jones.
Oh, yes.
So
I would definitely agree about that. For Dick Jones.
Brutality, the Top Dollar Gang was brutal. They killed everybody.
He even had a line in there that says, I love this line. And it kind of was like one of those like up and down things where he'd already, it was after they fight, because I don't know if you guys remember, there's a fight scene on the roof of the church after they've disabled the Crow's immortality powers, and he manages to stab him, and he's on the ground, and Eric is all wounded mortally. And
you remember how they took away his immortality powers?
Yeah, they shot the bird. Tony Todd shot the bird.
They could never kill they killed the bird in part 2. And they restored the bird's powers.
He wounded the bird.
Well, that was in part 1, but in part 2, I think they killed the bird.
Yes, she split it. Yeah, she killed it. Yes. But then Top Dollar is sitting there, and he was the guy with the long hair, and with the one who's always trying to hump his sister and shit, the Asian woman. But he has a line, and he says, I'm sorry if what do you say? Nothing happens in this city without my say so, but so I'm sorry if I ruined your wedding plans. But if it's any consolation, you sure have put a smile on my face. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, put a smile. That was like a Joker-like line right there.
He's like, hell, nothing happens in this city if I don't say so, and I'm sorry if I ruined your wedding plans there, son, but if it's any consolation, you sure have put a smile on my face.
Why they fucked with him in the first place? Was it that he wouldn't pay them money?
There was this thing that they were doing called the tenant relocation program, where
he wouldn't move.
He wouldn't go along with it, and so they broke into and they raped and killed him and or not raped and killed him, but they killed him and they raped his Shelley and killed her. That was, man, that movie that hit you.
Yeah, right there. They had a rape scene, but there goes with the brutality. I think that might take, because that whole "can I zip this up" thing, and then the whole "bitches leave" thing with RoboCop was one thing. It was rated NC-17 at one point, but
yeah,
they talked about a murder and rape.
I would say brutality, physical brutality, violence. RoboCop has it, but as far as viciousness and cold, callous shit that they did, goes to the Crow.
Yeah, I think they had it.
I mean, it was their wedding night. It was their wedding night.
Overall sadistic thing.
Sadistic. There you go. Sadistic. They were sadistic. Like they just, and there was, what was their line? Like Shelley. Yeah, I remember Shelley. I shagged her pink ass and she loved it.
Oh man, they're not gonna lie. Like overall power and strength, I think they're pretty much.
They're like the Boddicker Gang. They ran the whole city.
They ran the whole city, but I don't. But there was like, to me, there was like only one cop doing anything. All the other cops were corrupt and not doing shit.
I think they implied that the cops were instructed not to interfere on Devil's Night. When they're like, fire it up. But when they do all the arson, the cops didn't get involved.
No. So they pretty much, they didn't have the cops in their strings. They ran the cops. So
if I remember correctly, they said that they had an agreement to where they would it was on like the Purge, where they would mainly avoid confrontation until that one night of the year, which was Devil's Night, and then they would just go ape shit.
But exactly. Well, so what would you rather? What would you rather be? Would you rather be low key and like kind of stay out of the cops' way, but have one night where you can do anything you want?
And the cops leave you alone.
Cops leave you alone, or would you rather be under the cops' thumb and do anything?
No, they had a better setup.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, because the Boddicker Gang had complete protection.
Until I would think until the mission was complete.
Probably. I'm sure Dick Jones would have thrown him to the fucking wind as soon as he was done with them. I'm sure.
I don't think it would have been that easy to do that to Top Dollar. I don't think the cops not with that much going on, with him being the one buying up that land and taking all that.
He was Dick Jones.
He was Dick Jones. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he wasn't a cop. So that's why I think that made him a little bit scarier or stronger.
He's like they're like polar opposites. Like Top Dollar's on the unlawful side, and Dick Jones is on the semi-lawful side.
Did you ever see the Luke Cage Netflix series?
Yes, yeah, I saw the first season.
That's the first is the only one so far, but that reminded me of how Cottonmouth was in charge of the gang stuff, and his cousin was trying to be all political.
Yes.
That was how Dick Jones was trying to be all political and whatnot, but Top Dollar, he was underground. He was just, that's kind of like that relationship. I think that's the equivalent of that. In a way, it makes Dick Jones more of a threat. But as far as overall control of that, I don't know. It's a tough thing because I guess it's.
But the thing about Dick though is he had people like Clarence that if he needed to do some scary, scuzzy shit, it wasn't below him. He'd do it. He just sent another dude to do it.
But Dick Jones could get the same results and make it legal.
That's what I'm saying. Dick Jones could send scuzzy people to you.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like.
Exactly. So maybe the political guy is always more because he can do the same thing, just hire the same people, and then keep himself looking squeaky clean and go golfing the next day and not even blink an eye. So
they got the SWAT to come after RoboCop, the police to shoot the cops, and it was like they didn't even hesitate.
So you're right. Maybe Dick Jones is probably more of a threat. You're right. Lines. The Crow had some crazy memorable lines. Can't rain all the time. Well, the gang. Okay, let's see.
He's like, look, it's a squall. It's a squall.
But boy, I got something in my pocket.
Look what I got in my pocket. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Murder. You want to know about murder? It's fun.
It's easy. I'm gonna show you all about it.
That gang had the best lines. In my opinion,
the fun boy has some good ones. He's like, you got some serious issues. He's got him in the hotel room. He's like, you got me dead bang, fun boy. Pick your shot.
He said, I know you, but it's not you.
Oh yeah. T-Bird. He's like, I know you, but you can't be you. We put you through the window. This is the real world. There ain't no coming back.
No coming back. Oh man, that's right there. That's my jam.
Man, it's close. There's so many good lines in that movie. You have to think about it for a second. The RoboCop ones are very obvious. Yeah, I buy that for $1 and all that shit. But when you think about the Crow,
right? I would think RoboCop and the Crow would probably be right there.
I'd say they're close to the same.
I would say this because just like RoboCop, it spawned sequels. It kept going straight to DVD sequels as well. Also had a TV series. And they were going to launch a reboot just as recently ago, but with Jason Momoa, but it went down.
It would have been bad.
But
he knew that shit. He's probably the one that backed out. He probably got the script.
Yeah, he did. Eventually he was because it wasn't going in the direction that it was supposed to be going. But it would have been badass. I think Jason Momoa would have killed him. That's memorable. So memorability, yeah, it's up there with RoboCop. What's the next one, or is it the last one? The Deacon Frost guys from The Crow.
Deacon Frost from Blade.
From Blade, yeah, Deacon Frost.
Blade.
All right, I gotta go back. So we were talking about my favorite character from there is the guy from Gotham. What's his name?
I can never remember that dude's name. The one who he's getting a blowjob at the beginning of the rape scene.
Donald Lou, he played Quinn. That guy is hilarious, man. He is hilarious. He can play serious. He can and he with his comedic background, he gave me a lot of the best lines. He said, "Oh yeah, I got it." He was like, remember when Deacon Frost told him? He said, "Stick out your hand." He's like, "What do you mean stick out? I just grew his back, man."
Yeah.
He had to chop his head. I was like, "I'm just messing with you."
I'm just fucking good.
You're just messing with me, man. And who else was in that game? Tracy Lord.
She was the one wearing the motorcycle helmet when they pulled that guy's teeth out and cut his head off, or no, let him burn in the sun, right? One of the upper guys.
That was Deacon Frost in his second in command.
The chick, the Russian chick,
the bleach blonde girl.
She was hot.
She was like, and her look, the whole bleach blonde thing with the and her eyes, her whole look was unique.
Tasty looking.
That movie was. I'm not surprised with how successful it was. Marvel did the right thing, and they didn't try to make that into their first big budget movie.
Do you know what was so great about that trailer and what so many people had to go see it? The rave scene. When they had that pump panel, that rave music during and it shows like the blood coming out from the ceiling. I remember the first time I seen that. The blood rave scene and that bird.
It was in the beginning of the movie. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that. I remember seeing TV spots for Blade. I don't remember. This was before YouTube got. So I don't remember seeing a movie trailer of Blade. Maybe I did in the movie. Maybe
I saw it at the movies. Because back then, a lot of times, even if you knew it was going to be shit, you'd still go just to see the coming attractions.
Right. You would, if you saw trailers, you wouldn't see trailers pretty much on TV. You would see TV spots. You would see trailers at the movie theater or inside the movie theaters, on like in the line. They would have TVs playing trailers and stuff like that.
But it'd be edited at the house.
Yeah, it would be TV spots 30 seconds at home. So I don't remember the blood race. I just remember seeing TV spots, the coming soon thing. But that trailer, if I remember correctly, with the DJ with the lights on.
We hear that music, man. Because back then the rave scene was kind of really peaking, and that music was like it was epic. And that was my memory of that trailer was the blood rave.
That has to be in the top. If I want to say Marvel, from all Marvel movies, not just the MCU, but all Marvel movies, best opening, I would have to put that and the X-Men movie in my top 5. The first X-Men, the whole thing with Magneto with the gate.
Oh yeah, the Auschwitz not Auschwitz,
opening scene in a movie. That those two is they're in my top 5. What else are we judging it on? Lines. We already went over a couple lines, right?
There weren't too many lines.
Deacon Frost had a few. For God's sake, these people are a fool.
Oh yeah, he did have that. But overall, I would say that a lot of his guys, the one with the hand, the one who got his hand cut off, he had a couple.
Yeah. Him and Deacon Frost had a lot of good ones. He's like, Blade did the thing with the sword. And he was like, yeah, when he threw it, he caught it behind his back and he shut up. Yeah. Deacon Frost pretty much carried the whole movie. People were upset because, according to Blade fans, he's a big deal in the Blade comic book.
Dude,
the character Deacon Frost. So they were upset that he died. People actually campaigned and tried to get Marvel to do a prequel, to do a Deacon Frost movie, a villain movie, to show how he became what he became. But they
never really explained it, I don't think.
Yeah, and that's what real Blade fans were upset about. They were hoping that instead of those Blade sequels that they came up with, like they think instead of Blade 3 should have been a Deacon Frost prequel.
Yeah, I did not care for the direction they went for Blade
3. But memorable, yeah. I mean, it like just like the other ones. It had three movies. It had a TV series. It's now back with the MCU, so people are rumoring that it's going to be brought into Phase 4. Blade might be brought into Phase 4. I think he should be brought down to the Netflix level with the Punisher. And
I think that would be a better route for them to go this time. If they could give, because Netflix has so much money, and if it doesn't go well, oh well, get them to do like an 8 or a 10-part miniseries for Blade and see how it goes. And if it does, they put it into a movie.
Well, if they keep the movies and the TV show separate, if it goes to TV, the chances of it coming up to the movies is very small.
Well, then
I just can't see Blade rubbing elbows with the Avengers. I just can't see it.
I just don't think the audience is there for it.
And the fact that he's a nighttime creature, I mean, it just makes sense with Daredevil and all these other guys. They pretty much work in the shadows. Blade is all about the shadows. I think Ghost Rider and Blade should go to Netflix. That's what I think. I think they should use the Ghost Rider that they had on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because he was bad. I don't know if you ever see. I know you don't watch the show, but if you saw the guy that they got to play Ghost Rider, he killed it. I want him to come to the Netflix series, but I guess that's a topic for another day. But all right, guys, that's overall. I guess from the kind of the way we talked about all these movies and whatnot, I guess, we didn't even get into the Lost Boys.
That's true.
Keith Sutherland. You got, oh man, who else? Who else we got?
We got Alex Winter from the
Alex Winter
Bill
played
and Ted's.
Marco. We had Billy Worth who played Dwayne. And
they look like they were all in that band Whitesnake.
They were.
Look at their hair. They look like they're in a glam rock band. They had like poofy mullets from like a Visible Changes 80s hair commercial or something. My God.
Brooke McCarter who played Paul. I mean,
Paul.
As far as, I think that was the dude that died in the bathtub. But as far as like lines, I think Keith Sutherland had all the lines.
They didn't talk. Keith Sutherland had, the initiation's over, Michael, and they're all like hanging from the bridge.
They killed Bill in the cave, like, you're dead! Overall strength, they pretty much had none because they
ran like this little teeny tiny little beach town.
Brutality. They were vampires.
Yeah, they were vicious. They
were vicious. I'll give them that.
But they were on a leash the whole time.
They were on a leash. So if there is a scale, I would have to put the Lost Boys at the bottom end of, because you put the Deacon Frost Boys against the Lost Boys, Deacon Frost would have brutalized all by himself. Probably he would have torn.
But he was like, Deacon was like part of a crime syndicate. He was like a mafia boss in the underworld. If there was a vampire mafia, he was like a lieutenant or a capone or whatever in the gang world.
Who saw himself as a visionary? Who was like, you guys, the old ways are stupid. Let's bring it to the new way. So and the Lost Boys, they didn't have that type of vision. They liked their little place. They had no choice. And they gave the illusion of them being in control.
They were almost like children.
They were, you know what? And yeah, he did call them their children. He was their children of the night, I guess. But the Dracula, the main feeling of that.
If you Google it or you Wikipedia, they said that in the original script that they were supposed to be children vampires, like the Goonies age.
That would have been awesome.
But they said that Joel Schumacher didn't like the idea, and he said,
the way they died would have been like too much, because I could have that would have made more sense. Maybe
it would have made more sense.
Maybe still keep Keith Sutherland, one grown like 20-something-year-old guy.
He would have been the old man's position.
But he would have been dating their mom though.
They could have changed his look and made him a little bit older looking with a beard or something.
That was back when he looked like a 20-something-year-old dude. Maybe if the story was mom is dating a younger guy and that's why you can't get along with him.
Mom's a MILF, she's a cougar.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been very interesting.
But you remember Corey Feldman and the Frog Brothers or whatever? They were vampire hunters, and if they were killing the kid vampires, it made more sense because it'd be kids killing.
It would have been more of a Goonies, like you said, more of a Goonies type of thing.
Goonies vampire movie. But they said Joel Schumacher didn't want to do that. And guys, for reference, Joel Schumacher is the guy who ruined the Batman series.
Yeah, but you know what? We can't blame him too much, because you know what? He was handpicked by what was it? The first director by Tim Burton. Tim Burton picked him.
Pick two. Oh, pick Joel Schumacher.
Yes. When he bowed out of Batman 3, he suggested Schumacher.
I know Schumacher. I don't know, man. I'm kind of up and down with Joel Schumacher. I don't know. We'll see.
You know what? Those movies made money for the time. They just didn't sit well. They just didn't age well. But so I guess that's our memorable overall memorable for the Lost Boys. What do you think? Level of success?
I would say the song from the movie for me, "Cry Little Sister." Thou shalt not kill. The theme song from that movie to me is one of the most memorable things about that movie.
And the line memorability it didn't spawn a sequel. The sequel, yes, it did. But
it's like 30 years down the line, and they were junk. I don't know. It's still a great movie. Don't get me wrong, guys. If you like vampire movies, you will like The Lost Boys.
There's a totem pole. I think Lost Boys, the gang, would be at the bottom of it. It would have been wow. It would have been way more interesting if they were the majority of that game were kids. That would have been
vicious killing little kids, man.
Kids, like an army of them. That would have been brutal. That would have been
for how old that was. I mean,
yeah, that would have been a good. That would have been a unique vampire movie because nobody. I mean, there were vampire movies where kids have been turned, but to have like an army of vampire kids, like middle school, oh, that would have been scary as hell.
I think they would have had a hard time pitching it to the studio, being like, "We want to make an R-rated movie with kids in it," and they'd be like, "No, yeah."
Got to look in the producer's eye when the director goes, "With a lot of kids."
But like, what do you mean, kids?
I mean, like prepubescent,
like 8 or 10, and they're going to be cursing and smoking and doing drugs and killing people. They're like
make a teenage mutant with nudity.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles with boobs and crack and death.
A lot of rock and roll, man. I mean, let's just say, fuck it. We'll get the parents to sign a waiver. It'll be great. It'll be
terrific. It's gonna be a breeze.
That's our top 5, guys. That's our movie games. We can come up with some more gangs, villains in movies that we should probably run through. That's a good topic to talk about. Maybe we'll do heroes next time or whatever. But
yeah, there you go.
It's a
the good squads.
So, all right, without further ado, the last segment on here, let's go over to We Got Your Mail. I'm gonna be something that came in on through the YouTube channel. Somebody watching one of the old videos. Somebody commented on my old video, the death of Poussey from
Orange is the New Black. Okay.
Somebody gave me a
he got so much flack for this video.
Oh yeah, big time. Oh, the guy who spoils Game of Thrones. You know what? I haven't talked about that guy in years. He's not thinking about us. We're not thinking about it, but we're still thinking about him, right? But forget that guy. But this guy, this is well, the name for the YouTube channel is and they're not. I don't think they're a channel, but they're just subscribers. BG LaBelle, maybe that's first initial for the first name and LaBelle is the last name, and he or she commented on this video I did. But the comment was this: the death of Poussey was actually really badly done. No one who have died and no one would have died in this manner. You remember how Poussey died?
Yeah, the guy was like holding her down and like compressed her chest.
I'm going to comment on that later, but he says no one would have died in this manner. It's impossible to die like that.
It's not impossible, but she would have been making a lot of sound and making grunting, and he would have noticed something.
Well, Crazy Eyes was the one who was responsible for her death by pummeling the guard and not allowing him to get off of Poussey. C.O. Bailey was only responsible for being an idiot and listening to that big gay fucktard.
He called him a fucktard.
That's what he said. The way the warden allowed Piscatella to win the argument was an even bigger disappointment. The whole scene, in this person's opinion, was a huge letdown. I became disappointed in the whole series at this point. All right,
man.
I'm gonna leave the rest of that stuff alone. But the first part of it, no one would have died in this manner. What is your thoughts on that?
I think it would be difficult for someone to die like that, but it's possible. I mean, okay, a lot of it depends on how loud it was in the room. Because if if your chest is compressed hard enough, it's hard to make sounds, but you can do,
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he crushed her rib.
Yeah, he may have. I mean, his adrenaline was going, and he was leaning on her
because he was so distracted by what was going on with trying to fight off Crazy Eyes. He couldn't judge his weight. Poussey had to weigh.
Tiny. Yeah, she was tiny.
If that, and this guy he wasn't the biggest guy in the world, but he was tall, so he was a pretty big dude. Like, had to be like at least 160, 170.
At least.
And so you got 170 pounds on average on your back. So okay, even if it's not crushing you, at the most, from what I saw, I could tell that when she struggled to get the words "get off me," out.
Well, every time she breathed a little out, she was going down.
Exactly. She kept going down lower. Her chest went.
It was being compressed.
And I don't think she could inhale because of the fact that he was pressing down her.
Right.
I mean, when you sometimes when you breathe, sometimes you make your stomach, is the thing that come out. But what you're really doing is you're expanding your chest. So if that expansion couldn't happen, she could not. She suffocated. She died from a lack of oxygen. I mean, maybe she was getting a little in, but it wasn't enough.
No, and so she was trying to breathe hard too. So
and the fact that she was trying to say something at the same time made it worse. Meaning that all she could do was exhale. So your theory that you cannot die. Let a person that almost outweighs you by double your weight put a knee on your back and just freely just put his whole weight on you and see if you can get out of it. A big man, yes, could probably roll them off. A 100-pound person, no way. No way. Like, you might as well have done that to a child. Like if I put my knee on my
maybe like a child.
A child. Like if I put my knee on a child's back, eventually he or she would die. That you cannot breathe like that, dude. I don't know where you got the idea that you cannot. It's always people without a degree in medicine.
I just don't think he liked the death, and that's debatable.
Yeah,
I think it would have been more exciting if she got shanked or poisoned or something. You know what I'm saying?
That's the question. B, would you rather see Pusey get shanked? Are you more upset with the fact that she died at all? Is that what you're really upset? I think you're right on that one, Sean. I'm thinking that
he thought it was boring. It was a boring, non-dramatic death.
I think the reason why it was so impactful for a lot of people, and the reason why we got a lot of views on my reaction to that on this channel, was because it was pure suffering. It was almost like torture in a way. You saw a person who was begging in a silent whisper way, begging for her life. Please get off of me. I can't. She wasn't saying like get off of me. I'm gonna kick your ass or being threatening. She was just trying to get the most simplest words out, and it was so loud. Commotion was going on, and this guy didn't realize what he was doing. And then on top of that, after the fact, he was tortured for what he did to her. That to me was what made it impactful. That made it one of the best scenes.
Well, I think that's probably why it happened the way it did, because I think that the writers were like, how do we kill her without it being somebody intentionally trying to kill her?
Yeah, because overall, I think first up from season 1 to her death, she became a fan favorite and whatnot, and shit. I know she became a fan favorite with the creator of the show. They're still dating to this day. The woman who created the show and Pusey are a real couple.
Genji Cohen.
Yeah. So
are they a couple now?
Yeah, they've been a couple. They were from like maybe season 1, season 2. I don't know. That's how they met. So
Pusey.
But and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the series is based on her life, right? On her experience in jail, loosely based on when she.
I have to Google that. I don't know.
I think that's what the book was based on. And
are they coming out with another season?
Yeah, they are. It's coming out. I think at the end of this year. But
I don't give a shit. I mean, no offense to the guy who left the comment, but I still like the show. I thought it was great.
I agree that it was, the quality is going down a little bit from where it started from, but that scene was, I don't see it as a disappointment. Obviously, it's subjective. I mean, you see it and you obviously felt the way you felt about it. But for me, I would prefer if I could be like Kim Kardashian. For me,
but for me, I can just imagine her getting, because it's a prison show, her getting stabbed, or you're like,
way to do it. Her neck gets broken by a guard, or like maybe she got choked out or something like that.
Snapping her head, like turned sideways. Is she dead? Yeah, she's dead.
That's been done, and we've seen on the news that it probably was honestly, you gotta think about it like this. It was probably a call to what's been going on in the news. Those guys have been. That guy that was put in the chokehold by police, and he suffocated. He died. and to the cop didn't intend to kill him, but maybe it was a call to that or something like that. I mean, who knows where the idea came from? But
I mean, people die in real life a lot more than what they show in the movies. Like somebody gets knocked out with a punch and they just wake up, what happened? Or they get choked out and then they come back just fine. That's why they have a ref in MMA. I mean, if you're choking somebody for more than a very short window of time, you can do permanent damage. And if you're sitting there restraining somebody in a chokehold for more than 20, 30 seconds
exactly, you're doing some damage.
You're gonna kill them.
You can't call it an accident because it was intentionally done, but the outcome, you didn't intend to kill somebody.
He didn't mean to kill her.
And that's why these guys never get prosecuted for murder, because they didn't wake up, I'm going to kill somebody today. They didn't do that. They didn't know that was going to go down.
It wasn't premeditated.
It wasn't premeditated. And with the whole, Black Lives Matter thing, cops and all that stuff, that's what made to me that scene was that much more impactful, because that cop was really, I don't know if you saw the rest of the spoiler, guys, if you didn't see it, but he went to her father to beg him. I don't know what he was looking for in that one. And the guy, her father was like, what did you come here to get, like some kind of forgiveness or redemption? He was like, may you never get a night's rest. He was like, ha, David on that one. May you never sleep again. That was a curse, if you ask. Like that dude should have. I thought he was gonna put a bullet in his mouth.
I did too. I did think he was gonna commit suicide. That would have been poetic justice,
That was crazy. So I think that's what made it even more impactful. So I don't know, dude. I mean, you saw something different, and that's great. I mean, we all got home. I'm sorry that the show almost lost you on that, but I gotta disagree on the impactfulness. Obviously, it impacted a lot of people differently because a lot of people had a lot to say.
Yeah, he's talking about it, so he was, it wasn't like.
Yeah, and I'm not saying his opinion is wrong. It's just that's how it affected him. So, well, I guess we'll see. Maybe we'll see what happens. Hopefully, there'll be more Pusey flashbacks and have her come back to the show. So, well, that's all. Okay, well, that's the end of it. So, man, well, now we got Sean back. It's just like riding a bike. Once we get back in it, man, we in it. So, give me the cash. So, consumers, I'm now calling everybody consumer because that's consumers. I don't know if you like you get $10 if you can tell me where I got that line from.
Oh yeah, good. This is you don't want to ask me that because I'll tell you straight up.
Consumer, I got it from. Oh no, it's not from that.
I'll tell you what though, if we get enough viewers and we get a working budget, I would love to do that. Where if one of you guys will just throw a random quote in there.
You can tell me where it came from.
Yes.
First person to say where it comes from.
But it's got to be like we have to do it while they're streaming, and I don't know how you would prove because because people just Google crap now. It's like But then again, whoever Googles it the first.
It's two different movies, same actor. Kept saying the word. We are when we're buying all this stuff. You get on we are consumers. So that's what we are. That's what we all are. So that's what I call everybody that's watching. So thanks to all the consumers. We have 1,909 consumers of talking to the medias. So if any questions, comments, concerns you want to give to us, put it in the box like Sean always says, and we appreciate everybody. Ring the bell, get alert every time we get a new video out there. You can be the first to see it, commented on it, and we might talk about it. We definitely will talk about your comment right here on We Got Your Mail. Each and every time. We love comments. We love answering comments. We love movies. We love talking about it. And until next time, guys, what do we say, Sean?
Keep watching the movies, playing the games, killing news.